just like that. Victory Garden version 1.0 is gone. Greenhouse will be here in about 48 hours. All right, next big adventure on its way. Well, it came. It was a trial to get it here, but there it is. And it's gonna go over there.
Should be really close.
So we began by doing a punch list and then sorting out all the little thises and that's. So now we got to turn that into a greenhouse. Here we are. Just about have the frame up, moving right along. And so it begins. Our first rootings and our first dehydration from the garden from 2021. All right, so today we're going to start moving some plants into the greenhouse. This should be fun. There we are. Did the finishing little touches. We will move some plants up to those shelves, but other than that, we've got this pretty much where we want it until we start sowing seeds. Feels good to have it all done. Well, today is the day that we're going to get all the poinsettias put into these large pots that I picked up yesterday. And then we'll get them situated here in the greenhouse. I've got the large ones in here already. Looks like I'm going to have to baby them through some frost issues, but this greenhouse will do well. So we've got stuff moved around to accept it. But today, oh, poor little poinsettias, I'm going to try to baby them back. Today is a day to try to get all the poinsettias planted into their pots and then put into the greenhouse. Well, we got our poinsettias planted today. We're happy with how they turned out. The greenhouse that we thought was too big is quickly filling up. We just combined all the garlic into one container. Make it easier to keep an eye on it. We harvested the ginger, and we will be replanting up here in the next couple days. Today is the day that we will be putting our first seeds into their spots. We'll start with some lettuce and then work our way from there. All right, this should be a good project. We'll begin by mixing first some planting mix, some organic planting mix, as well as some cow manure, our peat moss, and then we have a couple of our seed starting mix blocks. So once I get this first set mixed up, you add water to this and it poosh gets really big, but it has some nutrients in it that are good for new plants. So that's where we'll begin today. So this is what that planting block looks like once you put it into water. It gets all mushy, breaks apart. And then I will, once it's all broken apart and absorbed all the water, I will mix it into the wheelbarrow with the other pieces of the soil that I'm making to plant everything into. So we added weed barrier to the bottom of the trays to work with this one a little bit. This is the end of the row all wrinkled, but once I put dirt on it, it should lay flat and be just fine. So we're going to try our lettuce 3 different ways. We have these pellets, which I had the tray, and then I had some other refills. I did not have success with that, but I have a different mix this time. And then we're going to try it in these peat pots. And then we also have the seed tape. So we'll see which one is the most prolific, which one grows the easiest, and we'll know to make our choices from there. Well, there's the lettuce. It's all planted. So we'll see which one. We'll cover them with the plastic lids that come with these trays to help create that little greenhouse effect. And we'll see how they do. And I will let you know. Well, made good progress today. We got some plants transplanted. We just got that the other day. It was root bound, so I'm glad I looked to do that. Went ahead and got our irises for spring planted. Those will be exciting to watch come up. Got all of our onions planted, as well as our garlic transplanted. Got our lettuce going, and they're already nice and steamy. My husband will be building another shelf over there, and we'll work on getting everything moved to its final spot, but it's good for right now. Went ahead and put those in a pot, which I'm glad I looked at again. They were root bound. Potatoes went in yesterday. That's all the dirt I have left from that big wheelbarrow full of dirt. So, yep, we did a lot. We've got 3 more trays down there to put veggies in. And we'll go from there. Got some cooler weather coming in tonight. So with this particular greenhouse, the sides can go up and down. Super easy. Just basically do that. And it'll protect because it's supposed to rain and storm tonight and turn cold tomorrow. So I can leave the side up over there next to the fence and then take this down, and we can control our climate that way. And it's on a pole, and literally we just roll it down. This one is a clamp my husband put up here for us, and we'll just unroll it, and that will help protect it from the weather tonight. Alright, we've got a little bit more to do, and we'll be able to call it Growing season 2021 underway. Sure glad we put down the sides. It helped the greenhouse to stay warm. It's chilly for our area, but the greenhouse is doing its job. Okay, today is the day. We're going to mix up another batch of potting soil, and we're going to work on some sugar snap peas, some cucumbers, and some other veggies. All right, let's get to it. Again, we're beginning by breaking down that plotting block, and that's just water there with the wheelbarrow. We'll get it broke down, and then we'll get all the other mixed in with it, and we'll be ready to plant. Well, we've got our veggies planted and our herbs. I'll use a Cricut to make some tags. Make that ginger tag up there. Give everything a good soaking. And I'm going to actually use the trays that catch water underneath your plants to lay on top to create like a little greenhouse effect. So I think we've got a really good start here. Happy with how it's come out, how it's turned out, and looking forward to seeing little things sprout through the dirt. Even with 3 wheelbarrows full of mixed dirt, I still ran out of dirt. So we'll get a little bit more, and this will be for ornamental flowers. Just something pretty. We'll have to get that tomorrow. It's been a long day. So today we are going to transplant our orchids, give them fresh bark mix and stuff. Well, there we have it. We've transplanted a little over half of the orchids. Got a few more to do. We've got some flowers to give us some pretty color. And then of course we have the poinsettias in here to baby them from the cold temps that they experienced. They're already starting to green back up. It's warm enough that we opened up the side and the back. So my next thing to do is to create a chart So in the next video, you'll see a chart from when we planted to the anticipated when they would sprout. All right, we will call the greenhouse situated. We've filled it up. You should have lots of good stuff popping up pretty quick. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It's sort of a different one for me, but sort of what you have to do in order to get the flowers and the veggies that you can enjoy the rest of the year. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing. And well, until next time, my husband wants me to point at this flower. He must like it. Until next time, happy crafting.